the Africa's New Constitutional Leadership, the 77 Stories That Define Ghana's Fourth Republic, is a book by Paul Adom-Otchere. And in there is 2 stories about Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings that you didn't know. Let me run it through very quickly. And it is story 11, and it's entitled The Political, Social, and Legal Drama Preceding Election 1996. Now, this was election 1996 coming up. Some of you didn't know it, but you know elections and how it goes. So let me just go to the story. Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings and the dramatic events during the 1996 campaign. The story is as follows. The story is told of a dramatic day during the 1996 campaign. The day starts normal as any other for Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings. She goes to work as usual, but keeping an eye on the campaign PR efforts. Upon her return home to have lunch, she is said to have observed that one of her children was jubilantly singing an MPP campaign song. Mrs. Rawlings became alarmed and wondered why her daughter would be singing an MPP campaign song in her house with weeks to go for the voting. She then considered that campaign PR strategies were not working and that things were shaky in that regard. As a result, Madame, as she was affectionately called an urgent campaign PR meeting in her house that afternoon at about 2 p.m. The meeting was attended by all the important people. Some, however, were surprised by the presence of Eko Spielgabra, because Eko was at that time Ghana's ambassador to Washington and was expected to be out of the country. But it turned out that the entire meeting was about Spielgabra. So, citing the incident about her daughter and the MPP song, Mrs. Rawlings took the liberty of making significant changes to the campaign effort. She directed that Spielgabra become the new leader of the campaign PR. In doing so, Madame had effectively sacked people like Vincent Asese, Adom-Otchere, Mije Bano, and Guzi Tano. The atmosphere in Madame's rich residence that day was tense, and the rumor mill carried the narrative the entire movement had been orchestrated by Spielgabra so that he would hijack the entire 1996 campaign away from the Fanti Confederacy of Adom-Otchere and Ahoy. What was unknown to Spiel at that time was that the Fanti Confederacy and the Ahoys owned the number 2 ticket for the campaign because they had placed Professor Mills right there, and they were not going to let their role in the campaign be easily diminished. Thus, it is said that when the Fanti Confederacy gave instructions to all persons who were working on the campaign PR to the effect of having them think that no new decisions had been made at Madame's meeting. Eko Spielgabra, meanwhile, began his work in earnest and became the important voice appearing on radio and television for the NDC's campaign. Spiel spoke well and had relationship with many MPP figures on account of their days in Achimota School. He felt that he held the magic wand and could counter the MPP on any intellectual platform, and he managed to convince Rawlings about this. Thus, the NDC PR campaign took a 2-pronged approach, one led by Spielgabra and the other led by the Fanti Confederacy. I will not go on the stories in the book. Get a copy of the book at the University of Ghana bookshop and Vidya bookshop in Labone, University of Ghana, KNUST. They all have the book. So that's one story about Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings that you need to read from our book. A lot of gossip.